And today I'm going to talk to you about a heart-healthy diet. I'm going to give you 10 amazing foods to fight heart attacks and high blood pressure. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. In fact, one person dies every 36 seconds in the United States of cardiovascular disease. And we know that there are lots of risk factors for heart disease, such as smoking, sedentary lifestyle, obesity, diabetes. And one major risk factor is your diet. If you have an unhealthy diet or a diet that is high in saturated fats, that can be a major risk factor for heart disease. So today, let's talk about it. Let's talk about a heart-healthy diet as I give you 10 amazing foods to fight heart attacks and high blood pressure. Do eat these heart-healthy foods. So let's get started. Amazing food, number one, broccoli. So broccoli is such a great vegetable. And let's talk about vegetables in general. In order to have a heart-healthy diet, you do need a variety of fruits and vegetables because most fruits and vegetables have fiber. And fiber is that part of a plant-based diet that the body does not digest. So what does that mean? That means that if you eat a lot of fiber, you get a lot of bulk and you tend to get full faster. And if you get full faster, then you are less likely to overeat. If you're less likely to overeat, you are less likely to be obese, and this decreases your risks for heart disease. Fruits and vegetables also have a lot of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. And these antioxidants fight free radicals and they decrease inflammation in the body. So in general, fruits and vegetables in your diet are really heart healthy. And you think about superfoods. Superfoods in general are these nutrient-rich foods which are great for your health, and they also just make you feel good in general. So yes, amazing food number one is broccoli. And broccoli specifically has great vitamins. It has vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and it has antioxidants like beta-carotene. Amazing food number two, spinach. Now, who doesn't love spinach? I know I love spinach. You can have spinach raw. You can have it in a salad. You can saute it a little bit. You can put spinach in your smoothies. Spinach also has excellent vitamins and antioxidants, and it is another amazing food that can decrease heart disease and high blood pressure. Food number three, blueberries. Blueberries give you a little bit of sweet, a little bit of tart, great for smoothies, and just something you could grab a handful of them, have a snack. Blueberries have antioxidants, another great food. So that's food number three. Number four, oranges. Now, I'm from Florida. And so, you know, I love myself some oranges. Of course, oranges have the vitamin C. And if you just load that diet full of oranges, that's another amazing food that is heart healthy. And you know what? Beyond just having fruits and vegetables, let's talk about portions. Let's talk about portion sizes. So if you think about your plate, when you are preparing your plate, you want at least half of it to be full of fruits and vegetables. Now, when we think about side items, a lot of times we think about sides as being small, something that's small on the side of the plate. But I want you to reprogram your thinking and think of fruits and vegetables as the main course. I want them to cover up half of your plate. It should have the broccoli, it should have the spinach, it should have the blueberries, the oranges, it should have the lettuce, and it should have amazing food. Number five, tomatoes. Tomatoes, another heart-healthy food that can help you to fight heart disease and high blood pressure. Amazing food number six, carrots. Carrots are also full of beta-carotene. And you should try to have them raw or just cooked as little as possible so that you really maximize your vitamins. And now for number seven, whole grains. And here we have our oats here, our whole grain oats. So let's talk about whole grains. The reason they're called whole grains is because they have all three components of the grain, which is that outer bran layer, which is loaded with fiber. You have the middle layer, or the endosperm, and then you have the inner layer, or the germ layer, which is just full of vitamins and minerals. So when you have a whole grain, you get all of the vitamins, all of the fiber, all of the minerals, and it's very healthy. So things like oats, barley. The issue is if you have processed grains or refined grains, because those are not heart healthy at all. So what are some examples of refined or processed grains? White bread, cake, pasta. These refined or processed grains are no longer whole because they've been stripped of that outer bran layer. They've been stripped of that germ layer. And so a lot of that fiber, the vitamins, the minerals have been taken away. Now, you may get a little bit confused because you might see sometimes that even these refined grains say that they are enriched. And when they're enriched, that means that some of the vitamins and minerals have been put back into them, but they don't have that fiber. So you really do, in order to be heart healthy, want to have whole grains. How do you know you're eating something that's whole? Well, just look on the ingredients and it will literally say that it is a whole grain. So just look for that word and understand that our amazing food number seven is whole grains. Number eight, avocado. Avocado is another amazing food that is heart healthy, and it is full of healthy fats. It has those omega-3 fats, one of the polyunsaturated fats. And so avocado, you already know, you can just eat it for breakfast. You can put it in a salad. You can just eat it all by itself. I love avocados. Another source of healthy fat, salmon. Salmon has those omega-3 fats. And not just salmon, a lot of the fish like salmon, mackerel, albacore tuna, sardines, but you don't want sardines that are loaded with sodium because that's a whole nother thing. You definitely want a low sodium diet as part of a heart healthy diet. So now, yes, I listed a bunch of different types of fish as being excellent sources of omega-3 fat, but you don't have to have fish. If you don't eat fish, then you can get plant-based sources of omega-3s. And you can do so through hemp seeds, which I have here, and through chia seeds, and even walnuts. And so there are definite plant-based options for your omega-3s. Which brings us to amazing food number 10, legumes, or your beans and your lentils. So definitely your legumes can be an excellent source of protein. They can also help to decrease the bad cholesterol. They can help to decrease your triglycerides. So yes, that is amazing food number 10. Oh, I do want to say another word about cholesterol, because just as I said that legumes can help to decrease cholesterol, having a high fiber diet can also help to bind to that bad cholesterol, like the LDL. Please make sure you watch my YouTube video on high cholesterol after you finish watching this video. Today we've talked about a lot of plant-based foods in our 10 amazing foods. And yes, having plant-based proteins, plant-based diet, definitely very heart healthy. But if you are a person who does like to eat meat, please make sure that you choose healthy meats like the fish we discussed, or chicken with no skin. And even if you eat beef, then make sure that you do it in moderation. You make it once in a while type of a thing, and you choose beef that does not have a lot of fat. So for steaks, for example, you want to use something that's low in fat. You want to use something like a sirloin tip. You want to avoid the word prime, because usually that means more fat. And if you look at the steak and it's got a lot of white going through, or they call it marbled, that also has a lot of fat. You want to avoid that, and you want to do very lean cuts of meat if you do choose to eat meat. And if you do eat meat, then it is recommended that you not have more than 6 ounces of meat a day. So a serving should be about 3 or 3.5 ounces. And you can think about a serving as being about the size of a deck of cards.